Hi, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks a lot for asking. That was a very positive good morning.
Okay, very nice to hear that.
Yes, it resonates. It resonates with the way I feel right now. Very good morning to you too, Pramila. Promila, right? Promila.
Pramila, yes, ma'am.
Promila. Lovely name. Okay. So good morning to you too. How have you been?
I have been busy from the morning,
Okay. What are you like? What busy as in busy with what? With work or household chores or your career?
grinding the old, tedious household chores, grinding that would always occupied with those works.
Okay, I sympathize with you. I've just been there too. All right. Okay. So are you a homemaker?
I'm a teacher by profession, but yes, I'm a homemaker too.
Obviously, I mean we have to juggle so many wear so many caps, right?
Yeah,
Juggle
yeah.
so many roles together, right? Okay.
We
So
try
you're
to
a
make
teacher.
like best out of two worlds.
Not two, more than that. I do more than that.
We talk about workplace and home, so two worlds are there.
Yes,
Workplace.
yes. For me, my favorite word to describe myself is a multitasker.
Ah, yeah.
You just
We have to. It's the name of
you
the
just
army.
yes, you become the homemaker, you become the gardener, you become the career woman, everything all rolled into one, right?
Same here.
And
Same here.
yes, and we do a great job of it too, right? I
Yes.
think so.
We,
Yes.
we are
So
trying
even
to call us like super mom.
exactly. So we don't, like you said, no cutting corners anywhere. And I think even though we crib about it, having to do so many things at once, I think I wouldn't give it up for anything. What about you?
I am also like, I do everything with perfection. I have that habit not to do it cheaply or
Yes.
to cut anything. Like, as you stated,
100%.
not cutting corners. Yes.
Yes. We can't do a shoddy job. Yeah, there you can multitask by doing, taking a shortcut everywhere, but that is not going to satisfy us at all,
Yes, sir. But
right?
that is not a part of our behavior. Like, I'm not like that. I am
Exactly.
how I am.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Even though sometimes I do grumble about why do I have to do everything myself, kind of a thing. But I will never give it to somebody else to do it either because I feel I do them better.
Yes, we're not satisfied by others' work. Or I would say I'm not able to make others work like what I need from them.
Yes. That's why we set a very high standard.
Nothing like that. We are habitual workers.
Habitual workers, OCDs, all rolled in one, right? Okay, so you said you're a teacher. Which
Yes,
class
ma'am.
do you teach and what do you teach? English?
Uh, let me start with introduction, or should I describe
Please
only
do,
the?
please do. I mean, you can tell me whatever you want. I'm willing. I'm all ears because
Okay.
see, my objective is to make you speak as much as possible. I'm willing to
Okay.
hear, so you can tell me. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
See, as you are familiar with my name, my name is Pramila. I am from Delhi, though I am residing here in Haryana after marriage. But most of my education has been from Delhi.
Okay.
Then I was in boarding school from class one. I have
Hmm.
done my primary education and other some years also of school education I have completed from VDJS Hisar, Vidya Devi Jindal School Hisar. I have completed my master's in English as well as in education, and many other things are there. Like I have PG diploma in school learning and management.
Wonderful.
From the last 20 years, I'm working as a teacher. I'm a teacher by profession in Directorate of Education in Delhi. I
Wonderful.
teach English and I teach up to class 10th. Like I'm a TGT teacher, graduate teacher.
Okay.
So I have to cater to the middle classes and up to secondary classes. And if
Right.
I talk about my habits, as a teacher, I have a habit of reading books. As a homemaker,
Now
I'm indulged.
you actually sound like it's an apology. Like you're sorry the way you say it. It's like you're very sorry, but I read such a lot. Believe me,
Actually,
it is an advantage in this day and age when people don't like to read. That's the truth now.
no, we are not like other people. Somebody's are like movie buffers, and somebody like to travel. We don't have that much time to indulge in those activities. So
Exactly.
you have to
Exactly.
say what we are. Like we are supposed to read. We are supposed to read to level up our communication. We are supposed to read to self help, like to motivate ourselves. We are supposed to read to cater to the needs of the students, to complete the curriculum. We are supposed to read newspaper to make
Because we are
us
those,
aware.
yeah, we're supposed to read because we are those perfect people. We need to do everything perfectly.
Yes, we are
Right.
role model for many, ma'am.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So you have to keep upscaling your talents, your skills,
Yes,
and everything.
yes,
Right.
yes.
Right. Right. Okay. Wonderful.
But
So what
otherwise, I
kind of,
like to chill.
huh,
I like to chill.
in,
If I get some holidays, I will not read in those days. I would like to chill. I would like to stay in bed, and I would like to travel or try new things, new marketplaces, like to shop to the different places, different markets. So it is our that is our very personal personality. But for the society, we are teacher, we are studious, we love reading.
boring, very
Both.
boring, such a mundane and unexciting job.
Yes, 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 yes.
I used to feel this way, as a when I was a child. I remember when teachers used to ask, like, "What do you want to become when you grow up?" A teacher was the last thing that would come to my mind. I used to hate it because I thought they're very unattractive and so boring they are. Because
Same, not same.
because
I
I used to think, yeah, I used to think that people who go to the office, they dress up so smartly, lipstick and all those fashionable clothes, and you get to meet such interesting people. And I said, when a school teacher, so boring it is, meet the same faces every day, and you can't go stylishly dressed as in outlandish. Of course, you can dress well, that's different.
Ma'am,
So I
this
thought,
is I want to point out that yes, I'm also fascinated by looking at the peoples who are in corporate or working in any other field, but we are supposed to dress up like I would say Benji. Teachers are
exactly.
Benji.
That's what I'm
You are
saying.
yes.
So that didn't attract me at all, being a Benji so young in life. That was soon after I completed my studies. So I said, no, 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 no teachers at all. But then see later on how our perceptions change, right? So now
It
I can't
changes
think of a
when we
better
are
job.
yeah, like it changes when we are in our family. Like we have to look after our kids also, and we have to earn money also. For that, teaching is the best profession for
It's
female,
the
I
best.
would say.
Yes, it is good because, like you say, we don't have to put ourselves out too much. Like we don't need to
Hmm,
travel too much,
hmm,
right? So we have to keep our hearth also happy.
hmm.
To think back about how things are happening back at home. So that's easy for us. A teaching job
Yes,
is
yes.
something that
We
we
have
can
to
give.
knowledge actually
But
many things.
yeah,
Yes.
but over and above all that, right now I feel that just by it gives me a lot of satisfaction just knowing that if I could make a little difference to somebody else, is
Yes,
like
yes.
I think I've done something really good. That
Definitely.
kind of satisfaction that you get.
Like teaching is a noble profession. We are there to change the lives of many students, I would say, or
Exactly.
not only students, like anybody who's in our contact. We try to imbibe something in some inculcate something in their life to by changing
Right.
either their education or behavior or teaching dealing with their
Anything.
moral character.
Exactly. Instead of saying a teacher, I would say an educator. As an
Educator, yes.
educator, we can educate anybody, right? So
Anybody
that's
in
a
any
feeling.
circumstances, in any situation, we can give our knowledge.
Yes, yes, and it gives you a lot of satisfaction. So I
Yes.
think right now I just love what I'm doing, and I could never have imagined that there'll be such a turnabout in my choices.
Yes,
It is
yes.
not that I was given a chance to work. So I've never before worked actually. I just started.
Okay.
I just one fine day I just woke up and I told myself I have to do something with my life. I can't sit idle like this. So in 2014, I just started off into teaching. So I have no
Okay.
training, no formal training. I just started off, just jumped into the hot waters, like to say, and started from there. Yeah. So and then from then on, it's been a journey. I've been at it. Now I even train for IELTS all on my own. So I feel very happy, not formal training as such, but
Yes.
I think I've managed quite well. So I
That
think
is
this
not
is
you to
the
be
type of
are
pleasure.
in a habit of learning things, grasping things, and
Yes.
incorporating them in our lives. And for your situation, I would like to state that idiom out of blue,
Out of the blue.
suddenly just out of the blue.
Yes. Out of the blue, I got this idea, like, why not teach English? You know,
Yes,
be a tutor, because that was the only skill I had at that point of time. See, when you
yes,
start off late in life, that was my late, I think around my 50s when I started. So in 50s, I mean, what kind of a skill will you have? You don't have any skills as such. So my skill was my language. So I said, why not do something with my skill? Like, there were people around me who were doing things, like they were very good at doing some art or maybe some crafts, and they were actually making a life out of it. And
yes,
I
yes.
did not have any such inclinations. Language was it, and then I realized that it was so meaningful and it was so satisfying. So
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think, I'm the proper place, right time, right place, like they say.
Yes, yes, it is very true, ma'am. Like, I would also like to state that though I had been in a boarding school, I was very much comfortable with all extra curricular activities we had in our school. Like, I have exposure of every activity, whether it is related to sports or academics or like anything, you name it, I have the experience. I have gone through that activity. But
Probably another reason why you have become this very complete person, if I may use the word, is probably because you've been exposed to the, yeah, to the boarding school life.
yes,
They
yes,
make you very independent,
yes,
and perfectionists along the way. You're not the first person who's gone to a boarding who tells me that they are perfectionists, and they were
ma'am.
not like that, probably. I don't know, I'm just saying. A couple of other people who have gone to boarding schools, they tell me, like, we automatically become these, perfectionist people. Like, everything has to be, because there's nobody you can depend upon. You
Of
do
course,
your
of course.
stuff. You do your stuff. Not like if
Yes,
you're staying at home. Not like if you're
ma'am.
staying at home.
I
Tell
would
me.
like to say that the like what I am today is just because of my experience in my hostel life.
Definitely.
I am disciplined, self motivated, and I try to manage everything, every work by myself, whether it is regarding home or outside the home or at workplace. Like, I try to take every challenge as an opportunity. Like, you have to deal, you have no other choice.
Yes.
I am
Yes.
not ready to
Yeah.
surrender at the situation or
Exactly.
circumstances.
Not to give up without trying,
Not
at
to give
least,
up.
right?
Yes.
At least without trying. Don't give up without trying.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is my
That-
philosophy. I would fight to the last, then result may be anything.
yes, whether we get it or not is a different thing, but we tried our
Yes,
best. That gives you a totally different high altogether.
yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. Wonderful. So, do you have a can you tell me about your family briefly about it, Romila?
About family, yeah. I'm a mother of two kids. I'm mother to two kids, I would say, because I have
Yes.
to cater to their needs. I have to nurture them till now, though they are grown up. My daughter is in 11th. Now she's in 11th class, and my
Okay.
son is in 5th now. But
Okay.
they
All
are
right.
like totally dependent on me.
Okay.
They
All
enjoy
right.
their life. I have to
Okay,
work
let
for
me
them.
ask you one thing. Let me ask you something. Now, do you think your kids are like you? As
No,
in,
no, like they have some
yes.
quality, inherited qualities they have. Like daughter have something. She has very beautiful handwriting. My son is very active. He's a good player of football and cricket. He have that interest in sports. Like not just like me, but still a few qualities are
No, when I
in
said
the
qualities, I
daughter.
didn't mean about the attributes. Like, what are the attributes? Not that.
Okay.
I would say, like, like you say, I am able to take challenges, face challenges head on.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Yeah. So I don't like to shirk my duties. So do you think your
Mhm.
children are like you? Because what I'm trying to relate to is that, because you went through you have this boarding culture in you. You are this
Yes, yes.
person I see today. So do you think that they could become something like you? That's what I meant.
No, I think that, ma'am, if my daughter had been like, I tried to get her admission in boarding school. In the same school, I tried by talking to her father, ki, let's send her for 2 years. She will be much better. She will be a turn personality after getting out of boarding school. But he refused. So I thought, like, she is not getting that much like challenges. She is not so strong to face the world. So I think being in a boarding school have positive
Has.
impact.
It
Sorry,
has.
has a positive impact on somebody's life.
Definitely. Definitely. Okay. So the
My daughter
things
is
that
not
you
so strong. Like
hear.
I would not say strong. Like they are, they take it for granted that they have all the things on their plate by either you serve it or it should be your parents, your father, means everybody from the family is ready to help. They need not to do anything by themselves. They need
Yes.
not to earn anything.
They
Means
don't
it
need to.
was
Yeah, they don't need to earn. They don't need to even ask for anything. It's handed to
yes,
them on a platter.
on the
Like you
platter.
have grandparents who are just waiting to, to,
Yes, yes.
what do you say, to pamper you. So
Hmm.
these are the
My
things.
kids, my kids are over pampered.
Most of them are, Pramila. Most of them are. Especially if you have grandparents at home, definitely they're pampered. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So wonderful. So shall we head to today's topic, Pramila?
Yes, I have gone through, but I would like to see, ma'am. Can you
Yeah.
introduce yourself?
Sure, definitely. Okay, so as you know, I'm Anita Sudhir, and as I also told you that in all my life, I have not done any kind of, I have never worked, I didn't have a career at all. I completed my education in Bangalore. I grew up in Bangalore actually,
Okay.
and completed my education. And soon after I finished my degree, I got married and I relocated to Kerala, from where
Okay.
I'm right now speaking to you. I'm speaking to you currently from Kerala. So
Okay.
after, yeah, it was a complete, what will you say, a jump from one culture to the other, from Bangalore to Kerala. Kerala at that point of time was pretty conservative also. At that time, I'm
Okay.
talking 30 years back. So initially, yes, the jump that period was a little daunting, but it was something I
Mhm.
already knew about. It was not like it's a new place to me. It was not a strange culture because I am also from Kerala. But
Okay.
fortunately for me, I was never too much into the city culture. I because for me, I just needed a book to be happy. I didn't need to go
Okay.
partying. I didn't need to really go, have to go out every day to enjoy myself. I was very happy sitting with a book. So it didn't
Okay.
impact me, but yes, it did have a lot of, there was a lot of adjustments for me to be made. So later, I think initially it was very, very difficult until the kids came along. After that, there's no time to think. You have no time. No time for yourself, no time to sit and cry or anything. So it just went on. So once they left, it was time for them to leave the nest. That's when I decided that I can't sit idle. Now I need to do something with my time. Because
Yes.
all your life you're doing things for the children, teaching them,
Children.
cooking, sending them to school, and then one fine day, nothing. It was terrible. It was a typical the emptiness syndrome that all we women go through when the children leave the homes.
I agree, ma'am.
So
I totally agree.
it's a terrible situation. So that's when I decided something has to be done. And I even thought of why not, study something further. Then I thought I was not very keen on studying because in Kerala we don't have too many opportunities where I could go, and I want to go out, get out of the house. I didn't want to do anything at home. Because at home was too many memories of the children, and the
Yes,
things
yes,
I'm
yes, yes.
missing. So I just want to get out of the home. So I thought if there's any way I could go out and learn something. I love psychology, so I thought maybe I could learn something, a degree in psychology, something further, some course in psychology. But that was not happening because we didn't have that kind of a, that facility at that time. At that time,
Okay.
that's when, so I thought, okay, why not make use of my talent? I mean, English has always been my passion, my strong point. I used to love to write and things like that. Not story. I'm not talking as in writing as a writer, but yeah, I love to pen my emotions, my
Mm-hmm.
thoughts, and things like that. That's when I
Like
decided
basically
to.
journalizing, like journalizing your
No, no,
day
no.
or writing.
Yes, exactly. That's how it started, because we had this
Mhm.
teacher who instilled this habit in us. She told us to maintain a journal every day where you write something. That caught on. So then after that, the first few days, of course, you're only writing about what time you woke up and what you did and what you ate and
Yes,
all that.
yes.
And then you graduate and start actually writing about things. So
Yes, ma'am.
that's how I think I did. My fascination for the language itself grew. And finally, in 2014, I just decided I'm going to start teaching English. So actually, I just walked into an institute here and asked them, "Do you need a tutor?" you know,
Okay.
and yeah. So they were like, "Are you experienced?" I said, "No, absolutely no." So then he said, "Okay." He just gave me a test. He gave me an essay to write, and he had a interview, and he said, "Okay, join tomorrow." So
Okay, very
and the
nice.
pay, yeah, the pay was like not to mention at all. But at that point of time, even that little pay meant a lot to me because I've never earned before. No? So earning
Yes,
something
yes,
good.
that's the reason, ma'am.
So that was the beginning. As for 2 years, I worked there at that institute, and then I started off on my own. So then, since then, it's freelancing. So
Okay.
I have students coming home and I teach them. And now since I started the English Yaari, it's just been about say 6 months, 5 or 6
Okay.
months, I think, since I started doing online. Then now that was another major leap for me actually,
Yes,
because
yes, yes.
I was that technically challenged person, anything, any, not tech savvy at all. So for me, I
I'm
only knew how
also
to, yeah, I only knew to switch on the computer and switch it off. So, so from that point to now, I think I've really come a very long way. So that's
you
my
know what,
story.
what is very nice about English Yaari is like you are able to interact with to different people from different walks of life. Though you are
Exactly,
not
exactly.
similar, but you come to know many things about them.
Very
It's
true.
lovely
They're all,
conversation, ma'am.
it's a very different, like you say, each one has a different story to tell. No two tutors are the same.
Yes.
The different experiences have shaped them. The
Yes.
style of teaching is different. Everything, whatever the sessions themselves, I think, are very different. So I think,
Mhm.
like you said, it's wonderful to be able to interact with. That's another thing I love about the sessions because you meet different learners every day. They come with
Fine.
so many experiences, and it's
Yes, ma'am.
lovely. That's I totally enjoy this
I would
interactions with
like
them.
to say state that, ma'am, like I have gone through I have interacted with around 7 to 8 tutors till now of English Yari from English Yari. Everybody is superb. Like it seems that I'm very much familiar with them. I know them from very early days. It's nice, always connecting, captivating conversation with them with English Yari.
Yes, right, right,
It's
right.
really, I
Because
mean, it's lovely conversing with any of the tutor.
wonderful, wonderful. That's nice to know. And I think it's also depends a lot on the learners also, Pramila. Like I told you, your very first year. So it's very nice. Like we take the cue from y'all, I should say. So we just,
Okay.
so if it's a very quiet, of course, it's not like I had yesterday, I think had a new learner, a very shy boy. So, so he was absolutely, he gave a very disinterested hello. So I told him, like, why do you sound so sad now? Then and he started laughing. I said, see, the minute the way you said hi to me, I was like, no, how am I going to interact with this boy? Because he absolutely no enthusiasm at all, even in his hello. And then after that, he caught on. And towards the end of the session, he apologized. He said, I'm so sorry. It is just that I'm so nervous. It's my first session. I didn't know what kind of a tutor you would be. So, in other words, even they take their cue from us, but we also do. Even we
Yes.
have that. Like whenever I get to see a new name, I'll say, "Oh, now I wonder how this learner is going to be." Because some of them, like we say, we gel on the spot. We gel, and it's a fun session. Some of them are a little reserved, but I've never had an experience where they're unfriendly. Because
Okay.
inevitably, I think my enthusiasm catches on. I think.
Yeah, yeah, that's
So
the fact, ma'am.
yes. So by
Still,
the
like,
end of the session, they are very happy. Things have changed, and yeah, so they lose all the inhibitions, and it feels nice. It feels nice to interact with it. Yeah, that's what I love about the sessions. Like you said,
yes, yes.
every person is different. They come with a different story. It's so inspiring. Some of the stories that we hear are so inspiring. Like the way why they want to learn the language and where they've come from. Very
Actually,
interesting.
yes, ma'am. It's all like what the challenges they are facing, what they are struggling through. That's
Yes.
inspired a lot. Like if they can learn, why can't we? Why we are lagging behind?
Exactly, exactly.
I'm
That's why I tell my
also,
learners. Now you
I'm
say,
also
like some of
moved
them
by
say,
listening.
right. So like
Means I will say,
some of the learners want to know how long will it take? Can I become this fluent? See, I said, don't ask questions. Like, don't limit yourselves. Why
yes,
are you
yes.
limiting your learning? Right?
Hmm.
Before you start, like it's like you go for a degree course in the very first day, you're not going to ask, will I become a doctor or will I become an engineer? No, it all rests on you.
Yes,
So that
yes.
kind of a realization has to dawn on them. And I give them examples of the other learners who come who don't know anything and they speak so well. It's I feel so happy that there are people like that. People
No,
are
it
not
is.
exposed.
It is, I'm sorry to interrupt, like it is
No,
very nicely stated that Rome was not built in a day. We need
exactly.
persistence, patience, and efforts. Then only we can, like, daily 2 hours effort. Like, for
Yes.
example, we started building Rome 2 hours a day. Like, you need to be consistent. You need to put effort every day, and still it took many years to be
Build it.
perfect.
True,
Yeah,
true. It's
building
going
that
to
Rome.
take time. Like it does take time to build. It doesn't happen like instantly. And that's why
Instantly.
that's one of the first things we tell them when they want to ask. Can we learn in 2 months? Can we learn in 3 months? So I said that's even limiting yourselves. And
Hmm.
there's people. Some of them are people who do not know the language at all. So in 3 months, what can you learn? What you couldn't learn all your life in school, from first standard to 10th and you're 12th, you couldn't learn English. And in 3 months, what are you going to learn?
Actually,
Right?
I was used to state, ma'am, like today we are tuning as same, like we are on the same page today.
Exactly.
Yesterday, I had a talk with one of my YouTuber friend, and he was saying, when I'm going to learn English, when I'm going to understand this fundamental English. So I said, you haven't studied for the last 29